Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of this week's episode of Van Helsing on Syfy, which is Season 4, Episode 6, called Miles and Miles.
Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually got the review out fairly on time this week, which is nice because I was actually off Friday night, so I was able to watch the live airing of Van Helsing, which is nice for a change. Always appreciate doing that and contributing my weight to supporting the show. Which isn't very much. Mind you, I'm kind of a skinny guy, but but yeah. By the way, speaking of supporting the show, tweet Renew Van Helsing, hashtag Renew Van Helsing. Just tweet Van Helsing in general. Let's start and continue drumming up as much chat and just general praise for the show as we can. But yeah, as far as this episode goes, you guys know I cannot speak right now. What I was really trying to say is I've been a bit lukewarm about this season so far, especially the past few episodes for some reason. And I do think the show's obviously at its best when Vanessa's in the episode, or when the concentration's on her and such, for obvious reasons. She is the main character, and I get that doesn't all have to revolve around Vanessa, but I think it's odd that there's been already a few episodes, I think, this season without her. I mean, it was this episode, episode 5. I think there was one other one without her this season besides that. I can't remember for sure. Let me try and look back again real quick. Yeah, I think there's been already 3 episodes without her, 2 or 3 anyway. Don't get me wrong. I feel like I'm repeating myself with my Liberty and Death review, but I understand that other characters need focus and development as well, and to be fleshed out. And I think Axel is very good. Jonathan Scarp does a good job. As does Vincent Gale as Flesh. But do I think they need to necessarily eat up 2 whole episodes of just focusing on Flesh trying to get his family back from a crazed Richard Harmon? I don't know. I feel like they could have spliced this episode or the other with Vanessa or something like that somehow. But feels like, the writing's still fine. I like everything they do in the story. But at the same time, it feels like they're kind of spacing things out, filling things out a little bit more than they did like last season. Like they're trying to spread things out a little bit more because there's not as much in this season. I don't know. But I still think the Dracula Tricia Helfer thing has a lot of promise, and looks like we're going to be finally getting that in the next episode. And I hope after that it's almost all like Vanessa, heavy main story focused episodes. I'll give it like one more episode without Vanessa or something for some reason. I'll deal with that. But I think for the most part, the rest of the season should be pretty main story centric. But yeah, and it sounds like I'm complaining a lot, but don't get me wrong, I still do like the show quite a bit. I still love certain parts that I'm always gonna, and I'm never gonna stop supporting the show. So don't get me wrong in that regard. But just like me, or excuse me for slurring my words all the damn time, but just like anyone, just like any fan, you're always just going to have your preferences for what parts of the story are your favorite, what characters are your favorites, I guess. But yeah, this episode wasn't bad. I did like it a little bit more than last week's episode, which was, fine as well. I did appreciate sort of like the change in environment in this, and sort of the vampires wrapped up in the not the tarps, but the around me like a desert scene in Star Wars or something like that. I found that kind of fun. Although I didn't see him do too much damage in this. But when Flesh and them were captured, or nearly captured, it was pretty good. I did like the vibe that came with that and such, and some of the other, prisoners of, that associated with Max, I guess you could say. And speaking of Max, Richard Harmon, he did really exceedingly well with the part he had, the kind of few episode arc he had. Like I said in the previous video, I didn't really think he was going to be around for much of the season, just given the nature of the character and such, but we got a couple of more tidbits about him, how he was actually there with, Dimitri and everything like that. I thought that was a good tie back to hear that name brought up again. So, I actually did like it. I think I'm warming up a bit more to it as I think on it. And then I still kind of liked Max and Axel's dynamic. When Max I had, shot and killed Axel, with the thing to the head. I liked that guy up until he tried to kill me. And then how Flesh's son, actually kind of kept screwing him over as well, but then he has something Max had to keep around as well. And the actress playing Flesh, or Phil's wife, I think is doing a pretty competent job as well. So it's not bad. I'm not saying the episodes are bad or anything like that. I'm just eager to get back to the Vanessa stuff. And it looks like you're going to be getting that pretty quickly in the next episode here, Metamorphosis, episode 7 next week, which I'm really looking forward to. As long as I don't kill off Vanessa, and I think it's about time for Vanessa or someone to put Sam down. We'll see how that goes, but I love the atmosphere and this lighting coming off of that again, very season 3-esque, and I can't wait for that. But this episode not bad either. Again, kind of feels like holdover, and I think it is. But I don't think it's not a terrible time either. So yeah, still a good episode of Helsing. I liked Axel's hand in it, and the closing scene between him and Flash, thanking each other and kind of parting ways, and maybe wrapping up Flash's story for the show. He'll probably appear again, but I think it's good space to leave him either way. But yeah, I'm giving it about an 8.5 out of 10. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.